Welcome back, guys, to East 10, Nordics, where last episode, after being brought to Viewpoint Isle and visiting the old man fishing yet again, he told us we had everything we need as we were sent back into our battle with Karja, with Adol dodging the falling axe blow before Leela intervened, removing Karja's rage and putting her in a weird state. With Adol having a vague recollection of where we need to go, Chapter 9 ended and Chapter 10 began, sailing through the cicatrix, chasing an illusion of Viewpoint Isle that led us to both an arc and the Balta Seaforce's first flotilla, as the Sandras took out all comers and we soon board the massive vessel before us. It appears we don't have a moment to spare if we hope to save Miss Karja. I'll conduct some research into Bifrost and that mysterious island. Adol, Leela, we're counting on you to investigate the arc. Is it actually pronounced Bifrost? I always thought it was Bifrost. That was a fierce battle, but I'm sure Jarl Grimson will be quite alright. For now, we have to focus our efforts on saving Miss Karja. I can't believe this ship actually managed to drive off the Balta Seaforce. Guess this ain't the time to be awestruck, though. Not one of those things that need doing. Give it your best out there, for little Miss Karja's sake, too. This ain't the time to be awestruck? Yeah. We'll give it our best. What's it actually up to? Leela told me that a lot of sea animals from ancient times were loaded onto that ark. I wonder if any of them are still around somewhere. I'm pretty sure they've probably been seeing them. That's the whole point. You reported your adventures to Dogi.
All right, let's see what you got for me. No stone unturned, huh?
Adventuring sure is a blast. Just hearing your stories gets me all worked up. Thanks for sharing the fun with me. It ain't much in comparison, but...
This is for you.
It is box lunch recipe OT meat. Seems like the adventure's going smoothly. Keep it up. That's all we've got done for that. We'll leave the ship behind and head downstairs. This pronouncement is more accurate than the Marvel one. It's not from Marvel. I'm getting that from. Don't worry about that.
Time to mix up medicine.
My God, I'd never think of like, oh yes, Marvel. This is my fact-checking place. My God.
There, all done. Take care.
You're going aboard that giant ship. I hope it holds some clues to our next destination. Dr. Flair and I will be right here, so don't hesitate to come back if anything goes wrong, okay? And Princess, Adol and Leela will find a way to help you. I just know it. But I definitely, yeah, Gears of War. It's not Gears of War, it's God of War is what you're saying, isn't it? Becca's played that near me, and I've heard it pronounced as Bifrost on that. Again, I'm not going to think of a game as the absolute pronunciation king or queen. But you need to hear it from various things, and then you're wondering, they've actually got, like, taken the effort to have the names seemingly right in this game? Especially with, like, not just calling him Logger spelled L-O-G-G-E-R. It's L special O G-R, you know what I mean? They've gone to that effort too, despite the fact that would cause confusion to a English audience at the very least. So I kind of trust this a bit more, I guess. That's why it's like, oh, interesting. Is that how it's actually pronounced? Quite a few things fell over during that last bout, so I lent some assistance tidying up. I feel now that I better understand the hardships of the many servants my family employed back home. This is about all I am capable of, but nevertheless, I wish to be of help to everyone in whatever small way I can. I feel that being a passenger on this ship has led me to better understand the various hardships others face. This is about all I am capable of, but nevertheless, I wish to be of help to everyone in whatever small way I can. Isn't the act of what a lot of forms of media does is romanization, isn't it? Where you make it like the name into something that fits into like the English alphabet versus another thing. I don't know if I'm right there or not. I'm trying to think what it is. It was a fierce battle, but it appears you've no serious injuries. Oh, yes, and Karja seems fine as well. Upon examination, there are no issues with her reflexes or motor skills. She should be able to perform at her usual level of ability. Oh, okay. Brain not needed. I can't say I'm not concerned, but even so, best of luck in there. Karja should be able to perform at her usual level of athletic ability. I can't say I'm not concerned, but even so. Sure, I'll rest with... We'll get it back to her old self. Promise, Hugil. Adol, Hugil, I'm okay. I'm going to come back from this. Just give me a little time. Was that Karja's voice just now, or just a figment of the imagination? You might be able to hear it through the bond. Yeah, I heard it too.
Yep.
Maybe it was out loud. Karja fighting. I'd say I'm not a little curious about that arc Rollo left behind, but there's no telling what might happen in there, so the rest of us will just stand by on the Sandras. We'll make sure she's ready to sell whenever you get back. Keep safe, alright? The Nordics literally came out from behind the arc. If you don't think someone's boarded it. A golden potato? They say that anything a craftsman creates is imbued with a soul. The way I see it, that arc appearing before us, all on its own, has a deeper meaning. Seems these pickers I'm watching, or Sash, can feel it too. There, no need to be scared. All of us on the ship are here with you. The way I see it, the arc appearing before us on its own has a deeper meaning. If anyone can suss it out, it's you, kid. Not that I've got anything to back that hunch up. I need tribute from you, Pickards. Otherwise, I can't guarantee your safety. Poor thing, what a horrible state of affairs this is. If there's anything I can do, just let me know. While I may not fully understand what's going on, Karja is someone I owe a great debt to. I want to at least be of some help to her, no matter how small. Thank you. You are a kind soul indeed. First, I wasn't too keen on Normans, but Karja went above and beyond to lend us her aid. So now it's our turn. I'll gladly help her in any way I can. Right, so that's everyone talked to, everywhere checked out. Reward got from Dogi, but not actually used. 4.6 times multiplier now. I think we actually had space to... Oh no, we'd made the potion. So I guess it comes down to the shopping side of things.
Anything else?
Why can't you barter? There's no other place I can go. Maybe I can barter some of this stuff later somewhere else. You know what I mean? So, let's probably buy weaponry. And we've got the battle panoply. And I am down to 15k in cash. I'm just wondering if there's anything I could sell one. Well, I'd take a few elixirs. Stats or not to stats? That is the question. I could sell old weapon. I could sell materials I have a lot of. Like these Aurora bellies. Bellies? Ah, my Aurora belly. There's a lot of them. And therefore I can make a quick bit of cash from selling them. 187 black silver sand, for goodness sake, should have been a spot to go. That's 45k's worth, by the way. I'm back up.
Anything else?
I'm back into 6 figures.
Okay, see you later.
That's right, sell my belly. There's a lot of it.
Hey, how's you?
Bet I can. Oh, I can. Vaginal bones and the battle panoplies themselves. That'll put them
Handles
ahead
like
of,
a dream,
I think,
guaranteed. Handles
what
like
they
a
were
dream,
at.
guaranteed.
Basic beast parts again is my
What's
issue.
next?
Yet again. So the Calm Breaker X is better than thingy. I guess I will break apart all I can of previous stuff. Somehow it's always what I'm missing is the basic beast parts. That was my previous sword, wasn't it? Funny if I broke apart the one I actually have. 600 beast parts for one of these upgrades.
All done.
Crystallucent coral is our next upgrade. I mean, I could definitely do the armors again quite easily.
Handles like a dream, guaranteed.
Now I can only do the Ruin Axe. Again, it's a beast part concern. Everything requires crystallucent coral.
Handles like a dream, guaranteed.
I mean, that's pretty good upgrade. Pretty big
What's
increase
next?
that we managed to get
Hit me
there.
up whenever you need.
And I've got 6,000 like ship parts that I'll never use. Right, well, let's go out and get some more materials. Obviously going to be lows in the art. Oh, that Scrappy Picard. They gave me... Oh, you gave me beast parts. Best Picard. Off we go then. And apart from that, there was no side quest we're randomly doing, is there? Mandatory. People, affinity, levels. We still haven't maxed out, everyone. Still got a lot to do. 84%. Let's head on inside. Karja knows how to doors. It's not that big by the look of it. Oh no, 4 travel points. No buried treasures because we're in a blooming ship, I guess. Place is big with not much treasure. Like how we've got Karja doing most of the stuff. Oh, look, it's that dude. It's just weird having no voice lines now. Wow, it just... Okay, she still sounds like she gets hurt. Well, this thing without the armor barely stands a chance.
Dodge this!
Oh, those guys that came through the door. Well, that's just unfortunate.
Switch! Mana!
How do I get in there?
Not gonna make it in time, unless...
Oh, you're doing that kind of stuff.
In.
Wow, it's been a long time since we had to do that.
Nice try!
What are you doing? One way to do it, I guess.
Switch! Burn to cinders!
It's already a fire base, I'm just helping it. There's another enemy? Bubble below us.
Karja. Even after sealing her consciousness, she is still able to fight as one with you, Adol. Perhaps it is your bond as shield brethren that allows her to do so. We simply must find a way to save her.
It's a bit weird not having her actually... Still piloting her, but not having her... be able to remotely do anything. Where do you come from? The Adol keeps getting lost. But we are trying to upgrade our skills after all, so... Might switch off for that reason. I dealt with those guys very fast for some fishing bait, G. Honestly, I'll make it feel like I'm always rage-driven with the way I keep slamming down at the floor. Now. The fact that you can also use it on enemies like that. Oh, Blizzard Axe has been mastered. What do I switch to now? I guess I start howling.
How's that?
So that was literally 23%, and then I killed 2 guys and used it twice. It went to 43.
Dodge this! How's that? How's that?
Why does it feel like this does less break than the other axe does?
Team up! Still got a long way to go.
That 4.6 times multiplier. Little OTT, isn't it? Ah! Screw you. Stupid door. It was always at the start. How did I miss you? Did I miss anything else? Luckily, as we go upwards, shortcuts are built into the design of the area. That's the way forward, but of course we're not going to go that way yet. Why is this covered in webbing?
Switch! Flame off!
Ooh. Thunder gloves. Ah, I can't go back down because there's webbing on there.
Rage! Mana fire!
I like how that's like the first bit of webbing we've seen as well, isn't it? Shared an Icelandic pronunciation page on Discord. Pronunciation, yes. Well, I mean, I've been looking at lots of those. How to pronounce thingy. Of course, every time it does, it's always links to the next video as something to pronounce Valheim as in the game. Hey, where's my music? But I have been watching a lot of these how to save things guides. And then, of course, a lot of the time they're done by a community kind of stuff as well, so you don't know if it's actually true or not. Hello?
Rollo housed a multitude of flora and fauna within his ark. This section of it was presumably used to accommodate them.
So, why did he go and do that? To save them, of course. But how did this ark go missing?
I do not know. So harsh and violent was the tempest that descended upon us. Our subjects and I could only surmise that it must have capsized.
Sorry to horn in on this heart-wrenching tale. Didn't realize this hull held so much history. Not that I give a picker's ass one way or another.
Grimson.
Well, if it ain't my however many greats, Granny-in-law Leela. You're looking fresh-faced yourself, Adol. You know, I held out a sliver of hope that the throne would tie this up with a neat little bow. Turned out to be a bust, though, eh?
So you survived? I don't think you was ever on the ship. Why are you here?
Ah, don't be coy, lad. You know the only item on my agenda. Now hand over Rollo back there. What's this? Old Grand sealed her consciousness away or something? Won't do much good, aside from delaying the inevitable. Soon enough, she'll brush that seal off and strew disaster out every which way.
Karja is a living memento of Ilona. You ought to be cherishing her, if anything.
Karja is in Rollo's clutches now. Doesn't end with her either. That whore son robbed Ilona of her life. And her dream along with it. How's Warg holding up?
Never stood a chance. He's off on that one-way trip to Harside in Walhalla now.
I see. Well, good on him. It's been a long 10 years of us tearing up the battlefield together.
Your nose is running.
Huh?
Drop the tough act, Grimson. Every time you try to choke back tears, they just come out in sniffles and snot instead.
Ha! Shut your gob.
Stings, don't it? Making it all the way to Britaille just to have one of our own stab us in the back. Gods blind me. Just how long do we have to keep these plundering expeditions up? Even I've had more than I can stomach.
How long? Try forever. Losing our homeland to the dire winter drove us Normans into eking by on what we can loot for over a century. Can't well think of any other way we can live this late in the game.
Why not make one for yourself, then? A new homeland, that is.
Huh? Who the devil are you? Take whatever you're peddling and beat it. Can't you tell a couple of chewed-up, shat-out warriors when you see them?
My name is Ilona. Ilona Balta. I was raised here in Karnak, but my veins run with the blood of Normans. On that note, how would you like to be my shield brother?
You're what? I wrote the lass off as a nutcase. Didn't humor her one bit at the start. But she just kept coming back to see me. That day, the next, and every day after. I learned that her father had gone off to Walhalla during an expedition. For us Norman warriors, being Walhalla bound's the highest honor there is. But after losing her dear old dad, she didn't find the idea all too compelling.
What good is Walhalla if it means leaving everyone else behind in a living Nibelhell?
From then on, Ilona attempted to put a fleet of her own together. We Normans had become sea-going brigands after the dire winter forced us off our native land. So Ilona wanted to find us a place where we could live in peace, without discrimination. But try as she did to muster some allies to the cause, no one gave her so much as a sidelong glance. At first, I'd only stuck around to kill time while my wounds closed up. Back then, Karnak was packed to the brim with Norman expeditioners. Ilona played it slow and steady, calling out to every ear she could bend till, sure enough, she started gathering up a group of supporters, one member at a time. Some had grown weary of fighting, while others longed for untouched frontiers. By the time we built up Balta Island as the hub of our voyage to find a new homeland, I realized that seeing Ilona's dream through had become my own. But then... planting roots in new soil and making a life as new Normans. That was the dream she envisioned.
Grimson.
Now you know why I'm so bent on putting Rollo under the dirt. That's the least I can do to honor the woman whose ambitions outlived her. After what happened to Ilona, I could see from a Cremelia away that Karja might be targeted as her next blood relative. How the Trident didn't recognize Karja as Rollo's descendant, though, is beyond me.
Could it be? Did you purposefully foster Rollo's return in order to defeat him? Was that your reason for sending Karja out on the Sandras?
Go ahead. Call me a failure of a father. I'll just take it in stride.
How could you?
Adol, it wasn't right, the way we made our problems into yours. But it won't be much longer now. We're putting an end to this whole kit and caboodle.
Karja said shows you a good punch. I do want to ask why couldn't you just talk things out though? But he's the orchestrator, why would he?
With Karja, you mean? Since that day, I've sunk everything I've got to give into paving my way here. The point of no return's long gone now.
Karja? She regained consciousness on her own?
What do you know? Turns out just one punch won't cut it. 2 or 3 ought to do the trick. Ah, who am I kidding? Let's go 10.
Back to your senses, are ya? Sorry to say, though, it ain't gonna change what I gotta do.
Fine by me. You've got my back, right, shield brother?
Always.
Good answer. Time to hold up to your promise.
Well, say your goodbyes.
You don't have armor.
Coming
I'll chop you in half!
Shield brethren, together!
Looking like real shield brethren now.
All thanks to you!
We'll leave you in the dust, Grimson!
I'd sure like to see you try!
Can I just power him up?
It broke through!
Close call!
How's that? Dodge this!
You two are really hanging in there. The question is, how long can you keep it up? I'll chop you in half!
How's that?
Dodge this! Freeze!
I'll chop you in half!
Dodge this!
Well, this is around what I expected of you. Too bad it's also the most you can handle. About time you breathed your last, Rollo.
Grimson's not playing around. I'm getting pretty pissed off over here. You better be ready to eat those words!
I got you. What's a guy gotta do to achieve your dream? There's one.
Get over yourself and face me, Grimson!
I'll chop you in half.
Team up! You ready? Hey! There's a lot more where that came from. Did we get him?
Not too shabby. Gotta say, the years are really catching up to me. But the thing is, I'm in too deep to go down and out.
Such speed!
Grimson.
Flamey, did those cuffs just...
You're... It can't be.
Ilana, is that you?
It's always the same with you, isn't it? Can't communicate with others worth squat, yet you'll bust your butt to the bone for them.
What?
Mom?
Yep, that's me. It's been too long.
All this time, you were the shackles of mana binding these two together? By what means?
I don't really have a grasp on it myself, save that it's allowed me to watch over my daughter, my Karja, this whole way through.
You've been... watching?
As for you, Grimson... I could swear I said not to torment yourself over me. So why is it that I find you crossing blades with our little girl?
Ilana.
You aren't the one at fault. And neither is Karja, needless to say. You didn't just support my dream. You ran yourself ragged to help me achieve it. It just so happened that a few teensy little mishaps piled up from there. Am I wrong?
Teensy little mishaps? Now if that ain't the understatement of the century.
Rather than standing against Karja, you ought to be standing beside her. That's what a father does, am I wrong?
Mom.
Karja, this is one cruel destiny I've saddled you with. You won't hear me apologize, though. Not just because it wasn't my fault, but because it would mean regretting my bringing you into this world. And that wouldn't sit right with me. Worst of all, it would be spitting on the life you've been striving so hard to lead.
Right.
So, instead of asking forgiveness, I'll be giving you all the support I can. Now and forever.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you for saving me.
Just look at how much you've grown. Adol?
Yes?
Sorry. You're the one who deserves an apology. What with the way I roped you into this mess. That said, I'm glad it was you who happened upon Leela's shell. Something tells me you would have lent a hand even without my meddling. On that note, what do you say to becoming our son-in-law? You'd make a fine Norman.
Huh?
I mean, Adol's gonna, pass on the genes somewhere on his adventures, surely. I'll consider it. Yeah. Maybe. Depends. I'd like there to be more generations of Adol adventures. Adolescent Christin.
I'm only joking. For the most part.
Hey, I said I'd consider it. Hey, don't take it back.
Seems my time's up. I'll go with a smile, though. It's not often you get to speak from beyond the grave.
Not so fast.
Grimson, maybe try not to forget my parting words so quickly this time, The rest is up to you, Karja. Go get him.
Right.
but sheer force of will.
Huh?
It would seem those shackles are a manifestation of Ilena's resolve.
How did that even happen?
The reason her will has assumed physical form is unknown to me. Perhaps it would have been possible with the power of the Sea King's throne, but...
I see. Hey, Grimson! What now? You still looking to fight?
The mood's past. Reckon I'll take some good long puffs and mull things over.
Let's move on ahead, Adol.
Now we know we have an audience, yes. Better not misbehave.
I wouldn't want to embarrass ourselves in front of her now, would we?